Hello friends, my name is Uglyfish. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. And today, while browsing through Twitter, I came across a thread on ethic promises from high street brands, which in turn led me to Primark's website. On the homepage, I saw a link to something called Primark Legends, which I thought would be a page thanking normal Primark staff members for their everyday hard work, and instead, it seems that Primark have today released an app game where you take on the role of a hard-working shop floor assistant, keeping shelves stocked, cleaning the store, folding up clothes, helping customers, and listening to the boss. Sounds thrilling. Despite the sarcasm in my voice, I did download it. I am going to give it a try. I'm curious to see what the game actually is, if it's going to be just like a little level-based thing, or if I'm supposed to be building some kind of Primark empire. Who knows? I've only got 2 characters to pick from. Let's stick with Megan. I like her hairdo. And let's see where this takes me. Staff briefing coming at you from the manager. He looks like a tosser. Aim of the game, help customers find their perfect outfits. Oh, so is it a bit like a dress-up game as well? I realise I'm nearly 30 and I sounded really excited at the thought of playing a dress-up game, but there we go. Legend meter. Score and multiplier, timer pause, task icon, movement. Shop status action button. Okay. I still don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Customers get bored of waiting. Yes, they do. Help many customers at once. Store task will keep the legend meter out of the red. This seems to be some kind of jobs worth game so far. More or less challenging days. I haven't changed what kind of day I'm on, so let's assume I'm on a middly kind of day. Stretch. Breathe. Let's go. Let's open the doors. Well, he should, probably, because he's the manager. I don't even know how to get there. Okay, so the movement, rather than you sort of pressing where you want to go and your character following you, your thumb and the screen is essentially a joystick. It's getting a little bit clunky. It's not the easiest to control, but I've got really fat thumbs. Let's not blame the game for that one. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going with these. And there's 3 exclamation marks already. I don't even know what they are. Why are customers in straight away? It's these little boxes that I'm supposed to be... I don't know what this is. Rush hour incoming. We've only just opened. I haven't even got all the stock out. They'll have to wait. This isn't what I thought it would be. I don't know what I expected, to be honest. Right, I don't know what to do with the exclamation mark, so let's see what a question mark does. She wants me to take her to the makeup. I don't know where the makeup is. I didn't have any kind of orientation. That says home. This is... I don't know. Where would it be? Oh, that's the little icon. I tell you what, this might just be me being really dramatic, but this music and the amount of exclamation marks is stressing me out. This is a very authentic Primark experience. I don't even know how to clean up. Oh, press and hold. And that's probably what you do with the exclamation marks that I've missed out before. Still got my little mop. Clean up that one. Look how badly I'm doing as well. Head to the stock room. I'm not even going to get there in time. I got sacked. That is a stressful game. Now, I played through this game a few times, and so far, I have not got past 1 star. There's some things I'd like to discuss about this game, and not from a gameplay point of view. So if you're not a fan of political videos, I'd say thank you very much for watching so far. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see other videos from me, and until next time, bye! If you're hanging around, get ready for a rant. My big question is, why was this game made? what actually is the point of it? If it was a marketing tool, surely what would have been more useful would be to see actual Primark products. I believed initially it might be a dress-up game and you would see Primark stock which you could recommend to customers who came in with fashion requests. But in real life, you might quite like that item yourself, so you could pop out to Primark and buy it. But that's not what happens. So it's clearly not an advertising tool. If it's a way of saying, look how hard our Primark legends work, please be nicer to them. Then, firstly, you've picked an odd group to target because I don't imagine the Karens are playing this, they're too busy with Candy Crush. And secondly, with no angry customers in the game, the bad guy is this manager who pops out from the corner to tell you what to do, but doesn't offer you any help, seeing as you're busy mopping the floor. If it was a recruitment tool, if the idea behind the game is to say, look how busy you'll be, but at the end of it, you'll be a legend, then that's hideous. That's actual propaganda. The game drops your legend meter down so quickly, and so many quests pop up at once you cannot take them all on. Your previous good work is forgotten and you are sent home crying. Now, I know lots of games do that. The point of a game is to succeed, so of course the game tries to make you fail. But how many other games are reflecting a working day in a real life store? What this game seems to say is Primark workers are expected to manage multiple departments and roles simultaneously, with no managerial support, and mistakes are not forgiven. In fact, I don't think I made any mistakes in my third playthrough. I was constantly on quests, and still my legend meter just dropped. Primark wages in real life for a shop floor assistant are reported to be around 6p higher an hour than minimum wage. Do you really think all those roles are worth that price? I don't. Look, it might not be that deep, I know that. I might be overthinking it, I do overthink things a lot. But until you can tell me why Primark used their time to make this, I am going to remain very concerned about whatever message this game is trying to put across. It screams, we will have you run ragged and will accept nothing less. And apparently, that's a nice enough concept to make a game about. And maybe it is just supposed to be a bit of fun, but if it was, the mistake they made is that it's not. Please, if you know why this game was made, let me know. Because so far, all this game has done is made me hate Primark. If you've stuck around so far, thank you so much for listening to my rant. I realise it is just a mobile game, and I know people do get annoyed when politics are brought into gaming, but I did really want to just discuss how confused I am by this whole Primark Legends concept. Thank you again for watching and sticking around. If you liked this content, please like and subscribe to see more from me. And until next time, bye!